Hey, it's your boy Okina again. If you just saw outside, you can see that it's raining. The rain turns your happy boy Okina into sad boy Okina. Getting ready to watch The Notebook and cut my wrist to some neck deep. I thought now was a better time than any to get in my feels and ask myself, Okina, why are you still making these videos? It's not like anyone watches. If you just go off and die, no one will notice. Maybe you should just crawl under a rock and cry yourself to sleep like you do every night, and nothing will change. Maybe if you just end it all right now, you won't have to worry about tomorrow and financial stress and letting the ones closest to you down, and you can just be asleep forever. Doesn't that sound nice? You can drift into the cosmos, become one with space and time, and not worry about tomorrow's events, and truly become self-aware of your surroundings. Would you look at the time? Your boy Okina became woke. Maybe that's a chat for another video. Let's get back to this one. Today we're going to be trying to make some custom buttons for our controller here. And we're going to be using a silicone and cornstarch mixture to make proto putty. Your boy's always a little lonely. I wish I could make some proto buddies. Then I won't have to be alone all the time. Now this truly is just experimental. After we're done making the proto putty, we're going to go ahead and try to pour some epoxy into the molds to see if we can get a button mold out of the proto putty. Hence on the experimental part, so if this doesn't work out, don't crucify me like the Jews did Jesus. This is truly just experimental. I will make like Jesus and T-pose on the haters and get started with the project. We're going to want 100% silicone, make sure that's clear. It's very important. Make sure it's 100% like I said. That's also very important. After that, we're going to need some cornstarch. Doesn't have to be this brand, but make sure to get some. I'll go ahead and explain further into that later on in the video, but first, we're going to go and take our buttons out of the controller so that we can use them as templates. We got our buttons out. Now we're going to go and cut the top off of this silicone bottle. You're going to want to use your protective gloves, of course. When you're making love, wear a glove. You might even want to wrap it twice. The silicone's now on the plate here. We're going to go and mix our cornstarch into it. You're going to want to do it until it's not tacky anymore. And we got our porta potty made, or pronto putty, something like that. Proto putty, there we go. What you want is it to be kind of like a Play-Doh kind of material afterwards. I'm showing it to you very quickly because after you mix in the starch, maybe 10 minutes after settling, it'll become hard. So what we're going to go and do is we're going to mold this around our A button, see if it catches the mold, and we'll go from there. It's been about 20 minutes, and this thing's completely dry. Still a little squishy, because it's supposed to be. What we're gonna go ahead and do now is cut off the top and try to take out the button. The button is out, and as you can see here, got a pretty good indentation. That's all the layout. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put this down, fill it up with epoxy. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then let it cure over 24 hours and see if we can get the epoxy out. If we can, we're going to drill out the bottom to where this recedes a little, not this button, but on the epoxy version, and see if we can successfully make an epoxy button. We just finished pouring the epoxy, blasted it with some heat from the heat gun to get rid of these bubbles up top. You know I'm always carrying that thing on me. Now we're gonna go ahead and wait 24 hours to see if we can go ahead and pull it out. Just like my dad tried to do, but yet I'm still here. That's what we call happy mistakes. It's been a full 24 hours and we let this dry out. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna see if we can remove the epoxy button from the silicone mold. I am very happy with the result. As you can see here, we got a totally clear GameCube button out of the mold. Came right out, except it took some of the mold away with it on the A section right here. But that's nothing to really worry about. It's not totally clear, but I think with some sanding and polishing, we can get that effect. Let me go ahead and show you how it fits in the controller. Great, it slides in super easy. Only wish my high school sweetheart was that easy. Shout out Stephanie. You can see my fingers through there. I'm gonna go ahead and sand down the top a little, polish it up, and see if we can get a more transparent look. I went ahead and gave it a little love rub. As you can see here, it is shiny on the top now, and very transparent. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is drill out the back of the button so it totally matches the receding button presser inside the original button. Give me some time to do that, and I'll be right back. We went ahead and got the button placed inside the controller. It works perfectly. As you can see here, it does recede, and it comes back up. This is a way better outcome than I could have hoped for, and I think I'll be trying it with the rest of the buttons here. I'm curious to see if we put an LED inside the controller, if the light will bleed through to the buttons. But maybe that's for a future video. If you like this, go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on that notification button so you can get a notification whenever I come out with new videos. Again, it's your boy Okina, always building. See you on the next episode.